Are you in the real estate business and find yourself bogged down with tasks that keep you from focusing on what truly matters, like closing deals and growing your business? Well, we have the perfect solution for you. Meet REI World Solutions Virtual Assistants. These are not just any virtual assistants. They are professionally trained, monitored, and managed to get the job done, allowing you to accelerate your business to new heights. Imagine having a dedicated assistant taking care of the things you either don't want to or don't have the time to do. Sounds like a dream, right? Here's what they can do for you. 1. Call or text prospects. Yes, they will do the prospecting for you, be it cold calling or texting, saving you a ton of time. 2. Gauge prospects for interest. They will contact and vet your entire list, identifying the prospects most likely to convert into customers. 3. Provide detailed lead information for follow-up. Once they've pinpoint likely customers, you get notified in real time, allowing you to follow up immediately and close more deals. That's not all. These virtual assistants are real estate specialists with experience spanning real estate investors, property management companies, brokers, agents, and service providers. They are driven by core values of integrity, preparedness, stellar customer service, and a dedication to growth and learning daily. So why wait? Let the REI World Solutions Virtual Assistants be the backbone of your business, helping you scale and grow with meticulous attention to detail. Remember, with REI World Solutions Virtual Assistants, you're not just hiring help. You're building a culture rooted in mission and goal setting, a culture that stands tall on professionalism and a strong focus on customer service. REI World Solutions Virtual Assistants, your partner in achieving your business needs and goals. To get started with REI World Solutions Virtual Assistants today, visit moneyisfunnyshow.com/VA. That's moneyisfunnyshow.com/VA. It's time to take the leap towards a more prosperous business. REI World Solutions Virtual Assistants.
Are you a real estate investor looking for that perfect financial partner to fuel your property ventures? Or perhaps you're a lender eager to dive into a lucrative investment opportunity? Well, I have some exciting news for you. Introducing the United States Real Estate Investor Lending Program, the dynamic platform that bridges the gap between real estate investors and a network of private and hard money lenders, creating a win-win for everyone involved. Here's what you can look forward to. For investors, 1. Capital fuel. Get essential funding you need to make your property ventures a roaring success. 2. Financial partnership. Forge vital business relationships and step up your financial freedom game. For lenders, 1. Diversified investment portfolio. Lending to real estate investors not only diversifies your investment portfolio, but also potentially increases your overall returns while reducing risk. 2. Attractive returns. Enjoy higher interest rates compared to traditional lending options, giving you the potential for significant returns on your investment. 3. Access to qualified borrowers. Save time and effort in finding and vetting real estate investors. The platform connects you with a network of dedicated and experienced investors, increasing the likelihood of successful ventures. So, whether you're looking to request a deal funding or offer funding solutions as a lending partner, the United States Real Estate Investor Lending Program is your gateway to the world of opportunity and rewards delivered right to your email inbox. Ready to embark on a more prosperous real estate investing journey? Get started now. Visit moneyisfunnyshow.com/lending. That is moneyisfunnyshow.com/lending. Take your first step to a bigger bottom line with United States Real Estate Investor Lending. That is United States Real Estate Investor Lending.
Universe. Media. Network. 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 Network.
Welcome to Money is Funny, where we have a relaxed but an important conversation about money and life and how we can make the best decision of both. I'm Michael Anthony, and my faithful co-host is
Armond Croom.
And today's topic is generating wealth together. How can we bring this money together, honey? How can we make the money funny, honey, together? Which is the show is about Money is Funny. Armond, how you doing, brother? It's been a couple weeks, man.
It's been a couple of weeks.
But
I've been traveling.
We've actually seen each other.
We did. We finally saw each other after like 5 years.
Yeah,
together.
I think that was the wedding. The wedding was the last time we saw each other. We was actually in the same building.
Yeah, were we in the same building? Well, yeah, that was the last time we was in the same building, 2017. Absolutely.
How was your weekend?
The weekend was good. We went to the art festival, and then like my mind was going on business. I have like I went to the conference and everything along those lines. And so anytime you go to like a conference or a financial planning conference or a podcasting conference or something along those lines, your mind is just swirling with like new ideas. So this weekend, I'm with my kids, but I'm not really with them.
Right.
I'm hanging out with my wife, but I'm not really mentally. Right. As a matter of fact, it was so bad because I was picking up my daughter from surf camp, and the navigation center was like, "You need to go 5 south." I'm heading 5 north because I'm not even paying attention to that because I'm thinking about all the ideas that I have while driving. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm not really here. I'm not." Right.
Oh man, my weekend was great. Thanks for asking. I went to a haunted house, shot zombies with paintballs. Went to a haunted house. It was cool. We got out of the house. We was binging like the rest of the world was binge watching Jeffrey Dahmer, the documentary, everything. Hey, that's the face you made. But mind you, the mindset and the take place, it was in the 90s. So all the music from the 90s was playing, which made it for me. Because I don't know if you remember the song, she's out there dancing for money. La, da, da, dee, da, 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 da,
oh, yeah. Da, da, dee, da, da, da.
And my wife was thinking about this. We're showing our age. You remember In Living Color? In Living Color would always do spoofs on songs. And one of the songs, she was like, "Cause she's homeless."
I remember that spoof. I know exactly what you're talking about. You had to watch it in Living Color, though.
You had to watch it in Living Color. And Jim Carrey, what do you do? Vanilla Ice. Yo, the hairstyles of the 90s.
My favorite in Living Color is when they were when David Allen Greer was talking about black people on golf courses. Okay. And Jim Carrey ends it with, "We don't eat our greens, we play on them."
Oh my god!
Classic.
Classic. Never gets old. Well,
so I'm glad you had a good weekend. You have you have no kids, just like our next guest. They don't have any kids either. So y'all like get to have all kind of fun, and
we have time. We have time.
You have time.
We have time. We use our time. We don't have other people taking our time. Introduce these guests they have. I bet they look nice and jovial too.
Man, look, they are a great couple. So, and you know what? The topic today is, accumulating wealth together, which is amazing. I have so many questions to ask them. But first, we have Jason Galbraith. Has been an active part of music and audio production for 20 years with skills in audio and video editing, remote podcast recording, live podcast production, and more. Jason is a staple in the podcast industry, using the skills to create industry standard podcasts for Low Tree Studios. And Mindy, his wife, is a veteran podcaster and is the creative force behind the Jason and Mindy podcast. Maybe he's her husband.
Yeah, she said it was like the Jetsons.
Yeah, we do
that. Yeah.
She plays a vital role in the day-to-day operations of Low Tree Studios, contributing greatly to podcast development, planning, and scheduling. So like I always say, I'm the talent. Maybe he's the talent. We'll bring them on and figure it out. I don't know. Let's see.
Without further ado,
Jason and Mindy. Let's put you on the big screen. Jason and Mindy. Wait. Mindy and the talent. That's
right. That's right. Pretty generous.
Mindy and the talent.
That's it.
Hey man, don't act like you too good to shake that tail feather, man. Come on, man.
Hey, I got the voice. That's it. I got the voice. That's it. I'm here for the voice.
I have the voice.
Yes, she does have the voice. That's true. Everybody compliments her voice. Your voice is so sexy.
So speaking of 90s, some Girl 6 stuff going on here.
How about Jeffrey Dahmer though? Boy, that's a series.
We've been watching that.
Yeah, we just started.
In doses. Okay. In doses.
Yeah.
See, my wife wants me to watch that with her, and I'm like, that's freaky. I don't want to watch it.
It's definitely done up. It's definitely done up for the Hollywood version because, of course, I go down the rabbit holes of YouTube of what Ryan Murphy created, what actually really did happen, and some of the things that was real and some of the things that was, but that's how you get real, you know, that's how you have entertainment. You know, Armond would tell me his story. I'd be like, tell me the Hollywood version of your story. tell me the made up version, you know. What episode are you guys on? Did you finish it or?
We got to 2. I was going to ask you, Michael, did you binge the whole thing? Because that's the kind of show I got to take in small doses. It's dark. So
I'm a binger. Every time people tell me like, oh, you got to see the new Star Wars. Like when Mandalorian came out, I like waited till the whole series is done so I could just finish it and just I'm gonna get through it because I'm, you know, I don't like the cliffhangers. I'm like, let's get to it. Did he survive the car crash? What's going on? I mean, you can't kill Batman now. What? Tell me the story. You know. So
no, yeah, I'm with Jason on this one. There's some TV shows where we can just like Game of Thrones was one of them where I can be like, let's just watch the next one and next. Yeah, children, go sit over there. We're not spending any time with you. And then there's other ones that are like deep and dark and just twisted. And I'm like, okay, 2 episodes. I'm done. I need a break. I can't.
Let me go outside and eat candy and look at a rainbow.
you clear the palate with a comedy or something like that. You just before you go to bed. Otherwise, you're dreaming bad dreams.
Let's see what Bob's Burgers is talking about. Better comedy. You know, I'm sure there's a whole episode left Lucio Ball we can watch. You know?
That's right.
That one TV show we were binge watching the one with the soccer, Jason Sudeikis or whatever the case may be. That's one that we. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the British soccer.
Yeah.
That's one that I would like, hey, let's watch that. Let me just lighten the mood. Please. Let's watch The Office. I got you. Are you speaking of Game of Thrones, are any of you 3 watching, what is that, House of Dragons?
How you betcha.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't watch Game of Thrones until the pandemic.
Really?
An episode of it. Yeah. Fix your face, Armond. These people don't even know me and they wouldn't judge me, okay? We're not even supposed to be talking about shows. We're talking about making money and generating wealth.
I will tell you this. We are purposely not watching it so that we can binge it. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. It's a good one. I'm not going to ruin any of it for you. It's you know, we've been doing the House of Dragons, but speaking, you know, here's a segue for you, right? Speaking of building wealth and saving money, we're borrowing that shit from my her sister who's got a free subscription right now.
Only 7 days.
So we got we got 1 day left. We got to cut this, guys. We got to finish. We got to get to
Hey, and I love whose idea to use the other person's account? Was it her idea?
Yeah, it's her.
Sort of me and my sister.
Yeah.
So the question we always ask when we have a couple, we ask who is the dream killer and who is the savior?
Oh, that's a good question. The dream killer? What do you mean by
might
that?
Be more the
dream killer is someone that always wants to splurge, always wants to buy stuff. We have to. She pointed right to Jason.
Yeah, the dream killer is someone who always wants to save. The spender, the dreamer, always wants to buy new stuff.
I don't know. We're a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both. Okay, so I'm the guy that says, hey, let's open a yoga studio. She's the one that says, that's a stupid idea. Not really, but you know what I'm saying.
Y'all do yoga.
we did. I was a yoga teacher for 9 years.
You're like, Hammer, let me open up a bowling alley and I don't even have a bowling ball. Okay. This is why you want to do it. This is why you want to do it.
So I told Mike, I was like, oh yeah, they definitely both gonna say they're both the spender, but like someone usually is a little bit more the saver, someone's a little bit more like
the dreamer.
I'm probably the one that says, hey, did you really think about getting that? You know, whereas me, I really ask for permission. I'm like, should I get that 3rd drum set? You know, I mean, that's me. She just goes and puts it on. She just, you know, almost all of a sudden Amazon's a little bit,
but I know Mike.
Beefed up.
There's a means.
Of course, she's good about it, but it's you know, I'm the one that kills her dreams. I guarantee it. Yeah.
Okay, you're the dream killer. Gotcha.
So it's interesting. So we're talking about this building wealth as a married couple, and that's why it's so great to have you guys. One, it's usually difficult when you're like running a business and your pay fluctuates. 2, when you have someone who's more of a spender than the other person, a saver, you know, it's really hard to get on the same page. And then on top of that, you add fluctuating pay instead of W-2. can you tell me like your guys' origin story? Like, you know, I know y'all didn't come in sync from the beginning. There had to be fights at the beginning. And then how did you guys get in the same page? And then how did you guys end up working together? Because that's another woo-saw that I'm like, you guys are amazing if y'all do this in harmony.
Well, so let's be clear. This is not our occupation. Podcasting. It's something we do for fun. We built the business. We built the studio, the network, and had a bunch of podcasts on there. It's primarily a really great hobby for us, and we
both
enjoy
sort
it.
of been say the word
entrepreneurs for
yes,
sure.
I can never say that word.
Yeah.
But I think
Armond can't say his last name. It's okay.
It's a tough.
But I think
word.
we both came from very humble backgrounds. Like neither one of us are. Families didn't come from money.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to deal with money. That always bothered me. Like I wanted to be smart. I still do. I want to know more about it, you know, how to navigate this world the way I see other people, you know. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. We you know, we're taught from the beginning, get a good job, build your 401k, right? But we've also taken chances on a lot of different things. The network being one. We opened a yoga studio at one point. We've done other things. There's some other big thing we're considering right now. We've also owned a rental property. You know, we've invested, and we're definitely those forward thinkers.
All the while holding jobs.
Yeah. Making sure we maintain those things, and those jobs. We've taken chances on those too. I mean, recently we moved from California to Florida with no guarantees that Mindy would have a job. And we just did it, and the universe took care of us. Yeah. So, you know, we've built wealth slowly, and it's worked out to our benefit. But yeah, we still are forward thinkers. I can't reveal what we're in the works of doing right now because it's not quite there yet. But you know, we're constantly thinking about that stuff. Constantly. We don't want to work forever. You know, we want to be able to build that static income. So.
I think that's the dream. Like, you know, everybody wants to earn that little bit extra, whatever that means to you and to your family, to be able to do, you know, whatever that means to you individually. And for us, that means to be a little bit, I don't know, financially free, and yet have fun and take a little bit of risk along the way.
I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah.
But, and it also springboard into like also you guys taking risk. Yeah. So in terms of taking risk, where have there ever been a chance if there's one feel like we should take the risk and the other one hasn't? And going forward, and let's see this out. And then if it not working out, how long do you stay on board and be like, see this through? And as a couple and as a business partner, like how do you go about that? And since it's Halloween season, tell us a horror story. Tell us a horror story that you guys took a risk on, and you was like, "Oh shit!"
Rental moving into the first, the second house.
So we'll tell you two horror stories and one success story. Well, it wasn't really a horror story, but see, so this is where you talk about the dreamer. I'm the dreamer. I would say that she's more she's the realist. She brings reality to me, and it frustrates the shit out of me. Because I'm like, let's do something bigger. You know, we only have this little bit of opportunity. She's more like, well, let's really think this through. Let's get a financial planner. Let's, you know, do things like that. Or I would just jump feet first in, right?
I ain't about that.
The first thing we did was a yoga studio. Now that was a startup business. I had some, students built up, but it was going to be all me doing the business, and working at the same time. And we invested not a lot, but at the time it was a lot for us. We put about 20-30 grand into it. And it lasted a year, and only because of burnout. I was, it was really difficult for me to do both. I was there almost every day after work, working a full-time job, and it lasted about that long, and I learned a lot from it. But the horror story was, it was such a bummer. We built such a great studio, had to rip all the stuff out and just kind of put my tail between my legs. The other one was
Real
the
quick before
rental.
that, Mindy, was you not on board when he proposed the idea to do the yoga studio? Was you not on board from the jump?
Not from the jump, because that's me. I have to think, what are we doing? What are we doing? Because he's just jumps, in feet first, and I'm like, wait a minute, I got to catch up.
And then it ended after a year. Did it end because you were like, haha, I told you so, or Jason, did you go your furthest that you can do it, and he was like, you saw it through, and she was right.
I saw him deteriorating because he was working a 10-hour job plus, coming and doing the studio until the wee hours of the night, and then every weekend. It was too much. And I really understand why people say, if you're gonna jump into something, you kind of got to give it your all.
100%.
Meaning you can't have this second thing going on.
So I'll put it to you this way: I was supposed to be namaste, and I was like namago. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that at the end.
And went downward dog all the way down. Got it.
Downward dog all the way down.
And sometimes you just got to make a choice because your health is more important. And I didn't like what I was seeing. He wasn't the Jason that I, know and love. So.
Yeah. So the next thing was a rental property. We wanted to move out of this neighborhood. We'd been in it. So one of the good things that we've always done to build our wealth, I'll just say that, for one, this is one of the crucial things. We stopped saying bills. Like we're gonna do the bills. We started saying wealth.
It has a negative connotation.
Right. When you say bills, that's like, I don't want to do the bills. I want to do the wealth. So that's one thing we started to do a long time ago. And I'm telling you, from that mentality, it really started to build for us. But when everybody else, when the market crashed, when the housing market crashed, when everybody else was short selling their houses, we didn't. We stayed in it. But we wanted to move, right? So we moved out of our first house into a second one, and it was really, really, really difficult. And we waited out the market. We were landlords for a little bit, and we sold when the market went back up, and were able to turn a profit on it. So that was one of the positives. But the horror story was being a landlord. That was not my favorite thing. That's for sure.
And I think part of the reason is because that was our first home. We put so much love and care into that first home. It was really hard to watch people kind of tear that apart. Next time, which hopefully we will venture that way again.
You're going to do that for sure.
We have learned you don't get attached.
No attachment, no emotional attachment.
It's a business transaction.
Got it. Okay.
So then the big one was the one we just did. We when we agonized over, this is another one that was motivated by me. I'm like, I want to leave California. I want to live I want to live by the beach in Florida. I have an opportunity. That was a very agonizing decision. And also there was no guarantee that she was going to get a job. There's no guarantee. I mean, literally no guarantee. And we worked out this mentality in our head, and we said, all right, let's go for it. And we did. And we, 2,600 miles away, moved all our shit. And the universe caught us. I mean, she had to quit for about 2 months, the company we work for, and ended up getting right back in there. So, and by the way, the company we work for is an incredible company, and we've been able to build a tremendous amount of wealth from it. But, so it worked out. Initially it was like, I felt like I was going to ruin our family. I mean, that's how you feel, right? It's pretty risky. So
awesome.
What was the communication?
One more last thing. We got about 10-15 minutes left. It's a drinking game. So everyone has their drinks. Whenever we mention finances, money, wealth, riches, we all take a drink.
Okay.
Come on. I think you have a question. You have the floor.
So it seems to me like, obviously, if you want to build wealth with someone.
Sorry.
If you want to build wealth with someone, there's got to be this level of communication.
For sure.
Or, I know in my house, we have like separation of roles. That's how it works out in our house. We have separation of roles. Then we come together to talk about things that we need to talk about. And then we go break and we go off. Do you find that you guys pretty much communicate all together, make sure you're all on the same page before you start doing these business ideas to build your wealth? What do you do? Yeah, I know we got to drink.
Jeez. Cheers. I think part of coming from families that, you don't really know how to deal with money. One of the first things we did is we followed Dave Ramsey's plan. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that. But we did the baby steps. And that taught us, one, how to look at your money
and
communicate.
Yep. Oh, money.
Oh,
sorry.
Geez.
We done did it.
Cheers.
Yeah, that was a key for us, that learning that level of communication. We do communicate, right? And she's absolutely right. So the problem is me. I start getting down the road and I'm like, this is what we got to do. We have to do this. I get to this weird, desperate place. I don't know if there's any, I think it's one of my tortures is I'm just this mad creative, and she frustrates that a little bit, but we've made great decisions because of it. Right. I mean, you know how the market was in California when we left California and then also one of the things that we've done well too is communicated and been consistent with our communication, but consistent in our choices. Right. Mm-hmm. So staying in our California home for 10 years, the market was way high. We had equity. We brought that equity out here. We were able to buy a beautiful home by the water. I mean, that's the kind of consistency in your choices is a good thing, but also taking a little bit of risk and communicating it. I think I frustrate her because I get too far down the conversation and I got to back up a little bit and catch her up with all the shit I've just thought about and organized in my own head. But
I think as a couple, I think one of the key things, if you don't communicate,
yep, for sure,
around money, money is like one of the number one things that can make or break your marriage.
For sure.
And if you don't start having those conversations,
it's 2 drinks, 2 sips.
Dang.
You say money.
Dang it.
Good question.
Anyway, yeah.
I know we're all over the place.
we could do a whole podcast just of that journey there from Dave Ramsey to what we're doing now, which is YNAB.
I don't know if you heard of YNAB.
And
that's a great app we use. It's called You Need a Budget. Yes. It's an annual fee, and what it does is it trains you to work your money a month in advance. So you work a month out. And you are, every single bit of your money has a job.
Yes. So
there's no willy-nilly money. It's all got a job. It's the easiest. Once you set it up, it's the easiest way to manage your money. I mean, we spend 10 minutes a couple days a week working our money out together, and we go on about our day. This one used to spend a whole day almost
half a day doing the well. And I'm so glad we're doing that. And not only that, I was telling him with this new venture that we're thinking about, this will work perfect for a business. There's no way I cannot see fail.
Yeah.
Because everything is signed.
You're looking at it.
A job. You'll understand it when you look it up.
I'm a financial advisor by trade. So like one of the things that I try to teach my clients is because I created a budget so that people didn't need to communicate. You can communicate by like that app, or you can see exactly what's going on in your family finances. So there really isn't any talk. You know whether or not you have enough money to go out to dinner tonight or not.
Yeah.
You know whether or not you can afford that car or not.
Same concept. Yep.
You don't even need to talk about it. There's not an extra $1,000 a month. There's just not. So
let's not have a conversation. Right.
Yeah, we don't even need to have a conversation about it. So
makes it easy. It makes it improves a lot of things, your marriage, your communication about money, because money can be, and I heard my parents fight about money all the time.
Mine as well.
Money is a big part of people's conversations and arguments, and apps like that. I don't know about yours, but the apps like YNAB, they've made it so much easier for us to not be even have any anxiety about money. Yeah. You know how much you have.
And for the other people that's listening to this podcast, yes, we're 7 drinks in. We have to do 7
that's
money 7 times.
You daggone right. You know what? We might want to ante up at the end. That's all I'm saying. We might want to ante up at the end. But I will say this. This is great because in my mind, and it sounds to me like you guys have done the same, and I've always tried to teach this, is that if you have a budget, I know it is painful sometimes to have a budget or whatever the case may be, but it really does help you to build wealth, live below your means, and communicate a little bit better. And just like you said, Mindy, if you're spending like an hour, 2 hours on a budget, then you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Put together a process so that you don't even it's all automatic. Because the way I do it, I set it up on automatic. And then it really does help with the decisions, even though I don't know why anybody would ever want to leave California and move to Florida. It does really help to see, if you can afford to leave California and move to Florida. I don't know why you would do that. All I know is Mindy loves her some Jason. That's, you know what? I'm in Florida with Jason where there's alligators and hurricanes. I'm just saying.
Well, it took me a minute to get used to a few things here, but I do love it.
You do love it more than California. Where did you live in California?
I do. We lived in the desert.
Yeah, but see,
it has its beauty.
We went to the beach a lot. We loved to camp. We would go
Central
to Pismo
Coast.
And the San Luis Obispo area. So we loved the beach. I'm 4 miles from the beach, man. I can't get that in California.
And if we just walk down the street, we have the they call it the Indian River, which
we're right on the Indian River. So you talk about wealth, right? I mean, I can live much more wealthy out here than I can. You're talking about wealth decisions. I can live wealthy out here. We made the same amount of money, and we're like, now
night and day difference.
Night and day difference. By the way, how much is your gas?
But you know what? But here's the thing. I live in San Diego. See, I'm judging
goodness.
San Diego.
Yeah, I know.
Florida. So, I don't live in the desert, so it's cool.
What part of San Diego?
So for those who know, Chula Vista. So I live in Chula Vista, and we're black, so we don't really like the beach that much anyway. So
good point. Good point.
I mean, how many black people do you really see at the beach? Come on,
not too many. They're not in the water. I'll tell you that. They
are not in the water. You want to know? You know what? It's another podcast, sir. It's about the hair. It's about the hair. And if our women are not getting in the water, I'm not getting in the water. Why am I getting in the water?
You need to shut your mouth. I get in the water. I get in the water.
I get in the water for like a half a second, but my wife is not getting in that water. You know why? She paid too much for that hair done. Done. It ain't happening. Is yours getting in the water?
Do we get?
My wife?
Yes.
Oh, we get in the water.
Y'all get in the water.
We are getting in the water, under the water. We're getting underwater. We're getting all that. We done snorkeled. You know what I'm saying? We're about to get the scuba gear. We're going to go scuba diving. You know
maybe she got the hair for it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
maybe
yeah. Where you guys both living in California?
No, I was in Los Angeles, and then I'm currently here in St. Louis. So yeah, I definitely enjoy the conversations. The money from California goes way longer outside of California.
I'll tell you another thing. I know you live in San Diego. I know the weather's beautiful all year long, all this stuff. I hear you. But first of all, population, I don't have to deal with that as much. I do have to deal with the old people that come down here in the winter. But dude, we get like 8 months of just gorgeous weather out here. We did have a hurricane recently, but we're all good. What's that? Yeah, we're all good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? Talk about building wealth. Mm-hmm. Me and my wife, we did go to Dallas, and there was a noticeable difference in people spending money on purses, expensive shoes that you don't get as regularly here in San Diego. We were noticing like everyone had a Chanel. Mm-hmm. Everyone had this. There was this image in Texas that everyone had to like keep up, and it was because we're here in San Diego. It was just
noticeably different. It was frustrating. It was infuriating to him. You see his face. He was so upset. He was like, "Why are these people buying these things? It doesn't matter."
There's that. That drives me nuts. Right? It's a purse. It's a purse. It's waste of money.
Say what it is. It's a bag. Ralph's has these. I could put everything in a Ralph's bag.
And all I see is a whole bunch of people spending. So you have an opportunity to build wealth, right?
Yeah.
You have an opportunity where you can put money in investments, buy rental property, start your own business, get out of the rat wheel. And what did y'all choose to do? Buy a bag and shoes and cars. And
all the takeaway is take risks, take smart risks, but always have a strong woman next to you, so you won't fall on your face.
That's right. And so Jason and Mindy got it right. Because
thank you so much, Jason and Mindy. Do you guys have anything you guys want to plug before we go?
Well, just check out our website, lowtreestudios.com. We've got all of our shows on there. Now, Mindy and I have been podcasting for 8 years, maybe. We've got lots of episodes. We do a comedy show. We just have a good time. We're not trying to be all political or do anything crazy. We just try to give everybody a little bit of break from all that stuff. And
life's daily grind.
Yeah, life's daily grind. We'd give you a break from that. And so check out our website, lowtreestudios.com, and that'll lead you all down the little rabbit hole of Jason and Mindy.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Hey, guys, if you guys like the show and like to hear more about finances and money is funny, please tune in next week. We'll be talking about more stuff about being funny and money. And you can find me at The Real Mike Jones, or you can see me at Ralph's or Dilberg's. And Armond, where can they find you?
Yo, of course, you can find me at The Financial Effect or croomfinancial.com. Or, there's no Ralph's and Dilberg's out here. I don't even know what you're talking about. Not even a Snooks.
Vons. Is there a Vons? There's a
Vons. You can find me at a Vons or Ralph's.
Thanks for listening to Money is Funny. Please take care, guys.
All right.
Music by Stream Beats.
Universe Media Mastering. Your audio more listenable.